Hello everyone, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my experience getting gym tickets. Okay, so if you guys watched my last video where I talked about probably not making this video, so that one was my gym ticketing video. Um, I said that I probably wouldn't film this video because I was going to be at work, which I was at work during ticketing, but I had Leslie film a little bit. She couldn't get everything because it was pretty much her first time ticketing on her own. Usually, I'm the one that gets us tickets. Um, so she didn't really have that much experience, um, like getting anything really. She really just doesn't take it. She like leaves that up to me, and yeah. So she's not. She's not, a veteran like I am. So she didn't really film the part where she actually got the tickets. She filmed like a little bit before. I'll include some clips in here.
Hey guys, so today I'm gonna try to ticket for gin tickets in Anaheim. Usually Kim would be the one to do the ticketing for us, but she's at work right now, so it's just me. She said she was gonna try to ticket at work, so whoever gets in first, but most likely it's just gonna be me. I'm gonna try to get her barricade because her budget is bigger than mine. I'm gonna try for the hundreds because I saw that it was around 150. So I think I'm gonna try for the 100 sections. But I'm gonna have to go back for mine because I'm gonna try to get hers first. There's still 21 minutes, but I like to be in the waiting room just in case. I already have everything set up, my membership and everything. I'm just waiting for the sale to begin.
But yeah, so the plan was that she would stay here in my room, in my house, and she would ticket from my computer and just my computer, since it's only one device, and then I would try from work on my phone. So yes, usually I'm able to take the day off so that I can ticket. But that wasn't possible this time because my manager was out. So since I am the supervisor, I had to kind of be in charge for the rest of the week. So I wasn't able to call off. And so we were like, okay, we were both really nervous from the get go because, like I said, I'm usually the one that tickets, and like it's still possible to get tickets on your phone. It's just a lot harder for me because I usually rely so much on my computer. That's where I've gotten all of my tickets from, through my computer. I never use my phone. Um, so yeah, it was a little nerve wracking, but I will insert a clip here about what my number was. So I was about 5,000 in line on mine, and she was 1,000 on hers. So she was a lot faster than I was. Also, she has my Wi-Fi, and I had just my cellular data to rely on. So yeah, so I still thought that 5,000 was okay. Um, I did see some people had like 10,000, so I was like, okay, 2,000 would have been a little bit better, but I was like, I didn't lose hope for getting tickets when I was 5,000, and then I got in like in 10 minutes. It was moving really, really fast, so that was good. But once I got in there, um, all of the ones that were like in the 100 section and the floor was pretty much gone. Um, this is where I say that Leslie's not as experienced as me. Obviously, that's okay. She, even though she went in really early, she didn't know what to get. Um, and obviously, I'm still at work. Like, I did try to call her, but it was like busy and I had stuff to do, so I couldn't like FaceTime her, which I think this were to happen again, I think that would be ideal if we FaceTime. That way I can kind of see like what she's looking at, because she was not talking to me, and I was like, what's going on? Like, I don't know what's going on. Um, but yeah, that's what happened. So she was in there, and then when I got in there, I was like, okay, well, I will try to get your ticket, you'll try to get mine. So my plan was to get VIP from the beginning, and then hers was to get anywhere in the 100 section or really anywhere she just wanted to go. So I was like, I think since you have a better view of things, that you'd probably be able to get my ticket and I'll look for yours. So we were kind of doing that, but at the same time, like I was at work and I didn't know what to do. And yeah, it was kind of a mess to be honest. But um, yeah, we both started panicking when she was like, since she had a better view, she was like, "Oh, everything's going, everything's like selling out. Like we have to get tickets. Like there's nothing." Like, and I was like, "What? Wait, there's nothing?" Because on my end, I could see some stuff, but because I was so zoomed in, I couldn't see the entire map like she could on a computer, which is why I always recommend using a computer because you can see the map, like all of it, really well. Versus your phone, you have to zoom in on certain areas, and it gets confusing because you don't know what area you're in, and then you just kind of have to move around with your fingers and try to see if tickets pop up. It's not as good with using both sidebar and the map. You can only really use one, and computer you can use both, and that's why I prefer my computer. But since I was on the phone, I couldn't really see what was running out from her end. She could see all of the stands where she wanted to be at running out, and then from my end, I was just on floor, and I didn't see anything on floor either. She was like, "Oh, there's um platinum tickets popping up now. Everything's like going up, and there's also like there's ADA seats." So she was getting confused on the ADA seats of like if she could get those, and I was like, "No, don't get those. You can't get those." So she was like, "Oh, okay," and she had to get out from, I think she was at checkout, and I was like, "No, you can't get those. Those are like ADA. You're not supposed to get those." So she had to go back. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can get those. Obviously, those are specifically for people who need them, and obviously we don't need them. So I was like, "Don't get those." I was like, "We don't need those." Like, yeah. So she had to go back, and so yeah, we were just kind of like back and forth about what we should get. And then I was on floor, and I could see some tickets popping up for the Soundcheck VIP, but they were like sporadic and they were in areas that I wasn't really interested in. So I don't know. I feel like kind of weird because I don't think all VIP tickets are always going to be the same. Um, like they're not always as good as other VIP tickets. I think first row of any section is pretty good, or side rows. I as a short person don't like being in the middle of a section on floor because that means there's people in front of you, there are people on the side of you, and there's just too much going on. And I learned that also when I went to J Hope, and I had a middle section in my, yeah, in my row. I was in like towards the middle, and then towards the end of the show, some people left. They had little kids, so they left, and so I was able to kind of like scoot over a little bit. So that's how I ended up getting a pretty good view. But if that hadn't happened, I would have been stuck like in the middle, and I since then knew that I would not get middle section for um floor. If only that was available, I would rather just be in the stands because that would guarantee me a clear view. So I was like, oh, I didn't really want to get those. But at the same time, because it was running out so fast, I was like, should I just get it? Or like, what should I do? So we were in there, we were both freaking out because, like I said, everything's running out. And we were like, dang, like, what should we do? So I was like, you know what? Just get your ticket. Just get your ticket. I'll stay on. And if, I can't get my ticket, then, I'll try again for general sale. Like, just get your ticket. That's what I told her because she was a lot less picky than I was with the section that she wanted. So I was like, just get your ticket. She was like, okay, okay. So I'm very thankful for her because she did try to get me my ticket, the one that I wanted. And so she was really trying to help me um and try to be my eyes because I couldn't really see from my end. So yeah, so then I was like, you know what, just get your ticket, like whatever it is that I have to do, like I'm gonna get my ticket somehow. So I was like, we're both gonna go, but like just get yours. So she did. She was looking for her ticket, and then I stayed on floor and I was just looking. At that point, it was I think almost 18 minutes into the sale, and um, two tickets popped up. I wish I would have recorded. I recorded a little bit, but I didn't record all of it. Um, there was like three tickets, first row, not a barricade, but the second row behind it. So I'm going to Anaheim. So if you look at the map, there's pretty much only three rows right next to the barricade, and right after that there's a gap, and then the next section begins. Well, I was in that section, first row. Three tickets popped up. I only needed one. I was like hoping that the Ticketmaster wouldn't tell me, oh, you need two. It has to be a pair, because sometimes Ticketmaster does that. Like you can't really only get one ticket. It has to be a pair. Thankfully, I like clicked it, and honestly, I felt like I was so slow because on my phone, like I had to click it. You have to click on the ticket, and then you have to click add. And you have to like go there, and then in that time, someone with like a mouse on a computer could have been out of there so fast. So I was worried, but I was so surprised when it actually like went through. And I had my ticket, and I told the C, I was like, oh my god, I have a VIP. I was like, I think it's good. I don't even know what section it was. It was 106, by the way. And I was like, it's 106, but I don't know what section that is. Because usually on floor it'll be like A, B, C. That's what the sections on the floor are called. But for Anaheim, it was numbered, so it sounded like just any stands, any number on the stand, any section on the stand. So I was like, I got 106. I was like, I don't know if that's floor or if that's standing. Um, in the side sections, because for Jen, he did all floor is pretty much VIP, and some of the stands is also VIP. So I thought maybe I got a stand ticket. But at that point, while I was at checkout, Leslie was like, "There's no more. Like, there's no more tickets. There's like a couple popping up. Like, that's it. They're gone." So I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna get it." And I'm just gonna get it. And she's like, "Yeah, just get it because there's like nothing left." So around 3:20, I got my ticket, and I was able to secure VIP Soundcheck. So in 20 minutes. So yeah, I was like, with my number, I was like, there's no way I'm getting tickets, but I did. Thankfully, I'm so happy that I did, because I just I don't know, I love Jin. His solo songs in the past albums have been some of my favorite, like Epiphany, Moon. I've loved those songs so much. And then his new album, and then the new one that's coming out, I was just like, if the opportunity arises, I would really want to see him up close. And thankfully my ticket is pretty good. It's not barricade or anything, but still sound check, and I'm still very, very grateful that I'm even going, because the venue is a lot smaller than Hobie's was, so there's not as much opportunity. But thankfully I did it, and so I got my ticket. But then Leslie was like, "Oh my god, they're all gone! Like I can't find anything." And then I was trying to go back to help her, but on the phone again, like on the phone, it doesn't let you go back, and on the computer it does. You, once you check out, you can technically go back and rejoin the queue, and it'll like save your spot a little bit, so you're not all the way in the back. While in your phone, if you try to go back, you have to rejoin the line from the start. So I was back in all the way in the back of the line when I tried to rejoin after I got my ticket to help her out. So I was like 22,000, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, keep checking, like they're gonna pop up. And thankfully, it wasn't the section that she wanted, but she was like, I just want to be in there. I was just like, just get a ticket, like wherever it is, just get it. And thankfully she was able to get one. Not too bad. She's in the 400 section, which is the most top section, but she's in the first four rows of that section. So it's not terrible. Also, the venue is really small, so thankfully she'll have a good view. And like I said, she wasn't too picky with what she was getting, but thank God we were both able to get tickets. And I'm just so grateful that for the past Yoongi and also for Hobie, we've both been able to go. Me and her have been fans of BTS for a long time. I've been a fan since 2016, and she's been a fan since 2017. So we've been there from I'm not from the start, but for a long time. So we're both just so happy that we're gonna be able to go. And yeah, that's kind of what went down. Um, I did see that a lot of people were having problems with their membership numbers, which was really surprising to me, because I didn't have any issues at all, and Leslie didn't have any issues at all. So I'm not sure where that issue is coming from. Like if people didn't add BA, so those are the two letters that are before the actual number. You're supposed to include all of it, not just the number. So maybe it's from that, or Ticketmaster was just glitching. I'm not sure, but I did hear that a lot, and I saw some TikToks on that too. So I don't know what happened, but um I think it eventually did get fixed. But that is upsetting that glitches like these are still happening when we're this many years into ticketing for K-pop. Like this should have been fixed a while ago. So that really sucks. And I'm sorry if that happened to you because I've had my own experiences with Ticketmaster just glitching out on me or not doing what it's supposed to. I get that obviously um, it's because there's so many people on the server at once. But at the same time, if you're going to be monopolizing and overcharging all of us, everyone, not just K-pop fans, everyone, then your server better be top notch. Because where is that money going to then? If it's not to fix your service. So I don't really have any like excuses for Ticketmaster. They shouldn't have any. They should be on top of their game. So that's all on that. So yeah. Let me see what else do I have to say. Me and Leslie are making freebies for gin. I actually have some of them. I'll give you a sneak peek, but these, let me see. They're just some cards that I printed out of gin, and then they're gonna go in some little bags, and they're gonna have candy in them and a sticker. So it'll have that, and yeah, it'll be cute. Right now I only have 40. I think I'm gonna make 80. Yeah, unless I have to travel pretty far. Since we're from LA and the concert is in Anaheim, we're gonna have to travel. It's probably gonna take us like an hour to get there. So we don't want to carry too much things, but at the same time, we like giving freebies. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make a video on me making my freebies. I think that would be really fun. So stay tuned for that. I'm just waiting for my supplies to come in, and then I can start doing that. And then Leslie, she's doing keychains, so she is making those, and I'll show you a little bit what she's making too. But yeah, well, it was an experience for sure. Let me know how it went for you, and I'll see you in the next one.